Good morning, everyone. Andy Schwab here with your Farm and Ranch News. The Montana Farm Bureau Federation has announced a couple of additions to their staff late last week. Carly Johnson, a rancher from Scioto, has been hired for State Governmental Affairs and Northwest Regional Manager, while Sage Zook, a recent graduate of Northwest College in my hometown of Powell, has been hired as Southwest Regional Manager and Policy Development Associate. Johnson, who owns and operates Sevens Livestock with her husband Ben, will fill the role for advocating for agriculture in Helena during the legislative sessions that was previously occupied by Rachel Cohn. Montana Farm Bureau pointed out her experience is deep, with a degree in agribusiness from Montana State University and a graduate of the Resource Education and Agricultural Leadership, or Real Montana, class number 2. MFBF also added that the addition of Zook in that Southwest Regional Manager is a great fit with her upbringing of her family's ranch to south of Miles City. And despite much of Montana seeing more moisture this year than it has for the past 2 years, parts of the Treasure State are lacking enough for the USDA to designate 3 counties as natural disaster areas. Those counties include Glacier, Lake, and Pend Oreille, as they have all suffered extreme or severe drought. The USDA says the designation extends much needed emergency credit to producers recovering from natural disasters through emergency loans, which can be used to meet various recovery needs, including the replacement of essential items such as equipment or livestock, reorganization of a farming operation, or to refinance certain debts. Well, that's all for Ag News, but join me back here shortly for a look at your ag markets.
We asked Montana farmer Walt Sales about the challenges of mental health in agriculture.
Another drought. There always is. There's always going to be another something. I grew up in a generation of you pulled yourself up by your bootstraps. But it's become evident is, what do you do if you can't even find those bootstraps? If you need to talk to somebody, go to beyondtheweather.com for free counseling for Montana ag producers.
Welcome back, friends, to your Ag News in your markets. With June in the rearview mirror, analysts are looking over data reported from those monthly reports on the ag. For the U.S. Meat Export Federation, they noticed that the beef exports were below the record levels set a year ago, but picked up after the previous month. Dan Hallstrom, U.S. Meat Export Federation President and CEO, says there were a couple of strong leaders helping drive those figures.
The markets that stand out, Mexico up 9%, but that follows several months of increases, so we're seeing a really strong start to the year. Canada was up in the month of May. We're also looking at Taiwan. Taiwan had one of their better months of the year.
Beef exports totaled over 116,000 metric tons, down 14% from May of 2022 and up 4% from the previous month, while export values were 19% year over year lower and 2% above the April figures. All in all, those figures are a direct correlation to the box beef prices, which were about $7 lower last week and continued their slide lower yesterday. Now, Western Video Market kicked off their 34th annual July video sale at the Silver Legacy in Reno yesterday. Most of the heavy Montana yearling steers were gathering prices around the $2,200 to $2,400 a head, while spade heifers only a couple $100 behind them. On the hog side of the markets, pork cutout values have been pretty volatile, with the wide swings in the belly prices. Now, wheat traded higher throughout the first part of Monday's session, but could not hold on to the support lent from the row crops. Today could be pretty quiet in anticipation of tomorrow's latest WASDE report. That's all for Ag News. I'm Andy Schwab. Have a good day.